Okay, class, coming in. How was recess?
Good.
Is it hot outside?
Yes.
Oh, nice. I want to go outside and enjoy myself. Okay, so today we're going to talk about science and we're going to talk about geology. We're going to learn about rocks and minerals, difference, and we're going to learn the cleavage. We're going to learn the color, the streak, and all the properties that they might have. So we're going to start. I'm going to show you guys these rocks. And scientists call them specimens, not rocks. But we're going to call them rocks because we're only in third grade. So take a look at the rocks, pass them around. So we're going to talk about 3 different types of rocks. We're going to talk about igneous rocks. We're going to talk about sedimentary rocks. And we are going to talk about metamorphic rocks. Okay? So I want you guys to start writing the names down. I'm going to give you guys some names. And these are new words for you guys, I know that. But we're going to work through this and we're going to memorize those words by the end of this unit. So we're going to be talking about finding, remember what I said, the cleavage, the fracture, the color, the streak, luster, and other properties that they might have. So we're going to find also how hard they are. This is something that we're going to do tomorrow after recess again. We're going to find how hard they are and what color their streak might be. So for today, we're only going to learn the names and, give you guys some information about it. So we're going to start today with the igneous rocks. Are you guys ready?
Yeah.
Okay, so the igneous rocks, I wrote it down for you guys so you guys can have the names down. So we're going to talk about granite. Granite, which is rock that we use on countertops. We can make use of it in many, many different ways. But it's a very strong rock. That's why we use it. It lasts a very long time. And then we're going to talk about obsidian, which is a glassy rock. It shines. Obsidian actually, like the cavemen, they used to use this for the spears, to make their spears. We're going to talk about basalt. Basalt is a very common rock that we have here in the valley, especially in our rivers. So they're very common to run into here. We're going to talk about andesite, which is another rock, almost like gabbro. But it's very, very strong, just like the granite. So andesite. You guys got it?
Yeah.
Okay. We're going to talk about pumice and the properties of each one of them. So pumice is a very light rock. I don't know why it's called a rock, but it's very, very light. And it can be huge, but it's very, very light. And then we're going to talk about metamorphic rocks. And marble is one of them. Marble is a very, very strong piece of rock that we use on the floor as a tile floor, or we can use it on the pillars or anything in your household. It's very, very expensive, but it lasts a long time. We're going to talk about slate. And now we're going to talk about the sedimentary rocks. Conglomerate is very common. So these are the tiny little rocks that we use as gravel, and you can use it in your driveway or somewhere. Conglomerates, and there are different types of it. We're going to learn about it. Limestones. Limestones are very sandy. And these break very easy. So I would not use it in my yard. We're going to learn about shells. And this one, we use it all the time. And you can see it like when you're driving on the road, you can see it on the hills. It's fragile. Okay, sandstone, and you guys know what this one is made out of, right?
Sand.
Sand, blocks of sands that they get together and they make a sandstone. This is what you find also like by the beach and stuff like that. So, about these rocks, each one of them have a difference. So I'm gonna have you guys pick one of these rocks. Karen, pick one. Nice. Okay, and our objective in this lesson is to learn from these rocks their cleavage and their properties, right? So I'm gonna pass around this magnifying glass. With this magnifying glass, you guys can see the cleavage in the rocks, and you can see closer into your rock than your eyes can see. So, Karen, look at your rock and pass it around. And you guys can write down whatever you guys find different in your rock. Now, is there a fracture or a cleavage? The difference between these two is that the fracture is when you break it. It makes a fracture, so it breaks. And the cleavage is something that, like, let's say the rock that got detached from a bigger rock, and it made a cleavage. That's the difference. And we're going to talk about the color. So each one of you guys have a different color rock. So I want you guys to write down the color of the rock that you got. Karen, what color is yours?
Black.
And what? Glassy. Obsidian is always glassy because it shines when you turn it. So that one, most of the time, has a cleavage. Sam, what? Let me see yours. Oh, yours is like a quartz. It's like a mineral, which is pretty cool. You can also have that one can have a cleavage. Brandon, let me see yours. It's what? Oh, you can see the cleavage right here because it's shiny. Let me see, Kelsey. Oh, what do you think this was? I think this is magnetic. It's magnetite. You want to try with a magnet? That might work. Okay, so we're going to write down the color of your rock. Do you guys write it down?
Yeah.
Now, we're going to do the luster. I want you guys to write down the appearance of your rock in the outside. What does it look like? What does your rock look like? And the color. Remember, we have to classify these rocks, and we're going to classify them by which type of rock they belong to. If they belong to the igneous rock, if they belong to the sedimentary, or if they belong to the metamorphic rocks. And then I want you guys to look for the streak. So I'm going to pass around this rock, and there's a white part, and I want you guys to make a scratch with your rock to see if it leaves a mark. If it leaves a mark, I want you guys to write it down, because not all rocks have it. Not all rocks do it. So I want you guys to do that. And here are more rocks if you guys want to try more. You want to try a different rock? Those are called micas. It could break, yes. They're very fragile. But it's a rock. Can you believe that?
It looks like marble.
Like marble?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we have rocks and minerals in here together, and we're going to talk about the minerals tomorrow. Are you guys okay?
Yes.
Okay. So now we're going to try the hardness of your rock. So with your nail, scratch it, see if something comes out, if powder comes out. If it doesn't, that means that it's not that soft. That means it's a hard rock. You got it? It doesn't?
No.
It doesn't make a mark? It doesn't,
Kind of.
it's hard, isn't it? Okay. Okay, I'm gonna pass around this glass where you're gonna scratch your rock and see if it makes a mark on the glass. Try it.
Mine is really soft.
Hmm?
Mine is soft.
Yours is soft? Scratch it with scratch the glass. Do you see that? It leaves a mark. Okay.
Coming off the pieces.
And you know, mine has come in different colors because there's a white one too. See?
Pieces are pretty
Mhm.
nice.
Do you make a mark, Karen?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it leaves a mark. So that means that yours is hard. Karen's is hard. Look at the mark.
Mine left them up too.
Yeah. Did it leave a mark?
Yeah.
It left a mark. So yours is strong too. Kelsey, you want to try yours?
Chelsea.
Yeah, good job. Thank you, guys. So, okay, now we're gonna see how much they weigh. Okay, so I'm gonna give you guys another rock, and you're gonna see if your rock is heavier than the other one. Take two. Okay. Now, how heavy is your rock? Is it heavier than the one you just got?
Yeah.
See, not all rocks are heavy the same weight. Not all have the same weight, right? That one's very light because it's very thin.
Like 1 gram.
What about yours, Karen?
It's the same.
They feel the same? Do you recognize this one? This is granite, pink granite. We have it in 2 colors. There's one color, the other color they call it salt and pepper because it's black and white. And this one is pink granite. Okay, what about you, Kelsey?
One feels heavier than the other.
One is heavier than the other one?
Yeah. One's heavier. I think so. Yeah. I think that one feels heavier.
This one feels
This
heavier.
one feels heavier.
Really?
Yeah.
See how it shines? That's the cluster.
This
Some of these rocks have a cluster.
This one's heavier.
It's heavier?
Yeah, but this one
Mm.
leaves like a red color.
Wow. Some of these rocks have a cluster, and that means a reflection. So some of them might have a reflection. Other ones might have some absorbance.
Look at this one.
Which are like holes, which is absorbs. Oh, it leaves like that's a streak. Remember I asked you guys a streak if you. Wow, that's pretty cool.
That is cool.
I like that color. Okay, so now I want you guys to tell me what you guys have learned so far today. About rocks.
Like the difference of rocks and how they're made and the like what you could use them for.
Karen,
Their hardness.
the hardness of the rocks. That's true. Steph.
Like the different colors and how they weigh.
Yeah, how much they weigh, Kelsey? Tell me.
The properties we use to classify them.
Yeah, because we're gonna be doing classifications, right? And we already talked today about 3 different types of rocks, which are
Sedimentary.
igneous, sedimentary,
Metamorphic.
and metamorphic. So we're gonna be talking about these 3 types of rocks for a very long while because it's a whole unit that we have to do. So we have to get it done. So for today, I'm gonna give you guys an activity after this, and I want you guys to start, classifying the rocks that you guys already went through, and then we're gonna follow up tomorrow. Does that sound good?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, let's get on it then.